Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. On this channel, we talk all things of healing, self-love, and self-care, and of course, becoming your dream woman. And today I want to talk about how 2025 wasn't just a year of goals or surface level growth, that it was a year where God showed up and did many different things. And I want to share all of those beautiful things with you today. So during 2025, I ended up going through a much deeper healing where I healed deep in my heart and my soul. And this is the kind of healing that you don't even realize that you need because you've been carrying the weight around for so long that it just felt normal to me, honestly. And if you're in a season where things feel heavy, confusing, or even slow, I hope this video reminds you that God is always working even when it doesn't look the way that you expect. And let me tell you, none of this really looked the way that I expected anything to look. If you are new with following God and this is like your first video or whatnot, just want to let you know, don't have any expectations because the way that God shows up in your life and does things, it won't be something that you're like, oh yeah, I knew that this was, the way that God was going to do it. No. There were moments where heavy energy surfaced. And when I say heavy energy, I mean old emotions, old wounds, old patterns that I've been carrying for most of my life. And what I realized is that when you're carrying something for so long, you don't even realize how heavy it is anymore. And it just becomes your new normal. God gently and lovingly brought up those things to the surface that I needed to heal and finally release. While working through the energy, yes, it was uncomfortable at times, but once I moved through those feelings, it felt freeing. It felt light, and oh my, it felt like I was coming home to myself. Healing isn't always pretty, no, but it's always purposeful. God never brings something up to you just to hurt you, right? He brings it up because it needs to heal, and that heals you. Another area where God showed up was so powerfully in my relationships with my children. Coming out of all of the chaos of COVID and also navigating my divorce, things were hard emotionally, energetically, as a family. What I learned this year is that I healed. The more I healed, everything around me started healing too. The more I worked on my inner world, my triggers, my emotions, my regulations, the better my relationship with my children became. God didn't just heal me for me, no. He healed me for them as well. Our home feels calmer. Our connections feel much deeper. There is more love, more understanding, and more safety than we've ever had. And I'm so grateful because I know this transformation will ripple into their lives in ways that I may never fully understand or see, but God does. 2025 was also a year that I truly began becoming my dream woman. And what's beautiful about that is that my dream woman didn't stay the same. No, she expanded as I became her. She became softer but stronger, more grounded, more faithful, and more embodied. I stopped trying to become her through force or perfection and just allowed God to guide me through alignments and embodiments. I also did something that really scared the crap out of me. This is in the best. I went on my first solo trip out of the country. And let me tell you, I absolutely fell in love with Italy that I really want to go back. And this trip, part of like my bucket list, and it just was wonderful. And the trip actually expanded me in many ways that I can't even really fully put into words. And it reminded me that there is so much beauty, freedom, and life waiting for us on the other side. But it is only when we say yes, even if it feels scary at the time. And this is just the beginning of my traveling era. Another huge blessing that God showed up for me in 2025 was guiding me to my new place. Yes, as a mom, I don't get to really choose where I live based on views or aesthetics. My decisions are more based off of school district and safety. And even with those limitations, God still found a perfect place for us. And I wasn't feeling the happiest in our old place for a long time. And I actually, was looking for somewhere to move like during the summer, but I really didn't find a place. So I just let it go. And I thought maybe the summer of 2026 that I would look for a new place. But God had other plans, and He ended up, guiding me to the place where I moved into just last month. And so far, everything has been wonderful. We are all so much happier here. My kids, me, and even my dog. So I'm so grateful that we are here and being able to make this feel more like home and not being in townhome anymore or in an apartment complex either. I'm not saying that that's bad, right? I mean, I was there for a little while, but the complex life just really isn't a vibe that I would like to continue living, right? So we moved, like I said, it was one of the best blessings, and I can't wait to be able to have people over and cook our meals and just enjoy this space here. Looking back at 2025, I can honestly say that I was blessed in more ways than I ever could have imagined. I healed, I growed, I had expansion, I had restoration, and definitely new beginnings. And I'm so deeply grateful for every single one of these blessings, and even the ones that came disguised as challenges. We are now into 2026. I am a much different woman than I was a year ago. I'm still working on some of those bigger goals that I had in 2025, like my business, my calling. I'm still looking to God to come through on the promises that He has placed in my heart. I'm also going to be getting my certification in nutrition. And this is not only to help myself, but also to help others because there's so much confusion and not a lot of good information because everybody has their own thing, everybody's trying to make a buck off of like, oh, eat more protein or cut your carbs or do this or don't do that or eat more carbs or whatever the case may be, right? It has become so confusing. So I want to educate myself so I can help more women balance their hormones and feel good about becoming their best selves. I'm also going to continue my Delulu sprints. Now, I really enjoyed them, and those were embodiment practices and, aligned action towards my goals. And I actually just started a 30-day Delulu sprint yesterday. I want to say this clearly, and if something hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean that it wasn't really meant for you, because some people, say, well, if it didn't happen in a year, that really wasn't, meant for you. I say sometimes it's not the goal that needs to change. Sometimes you have to change the system. I'm never going to give up on what God has placed inside of me. For example, I'm still figuring out the best way to balance my hormones so I can feel healthier and fitter. And in 2026, I am committed to overcoming this battle that I've been fighting most of my life. And I'm also saying yes to more travel, more expansion, and more trust. So here is to making 2026 a year that I will never forget. A year of having more faith, a year of embodiment practices, and a year of feeling fulfillment in my life. If this video resonated with you, please like and comment, share your own testimony of how God showed up in your life. I would love to hear all of your stories. And remember, God is not done yet with you until everything is good. So I will see you in the next video. I love you, and here is to an amazing 2026. See you in the next one. Bye.